Hey guys, this is a video on the Thinking for Mathematical Models Test 1 revisions, and this is a review of Learning Target 2, which is about completing a table in order to graph a linear equation. So I have an example here where you're going to graph the linear equation using the table. So I have the equation written out, and you notice that in the table I have a bunch of x values, but no y values. And that's because we have to actually plug into our equation to figure out our y. So in the equation it says y equals, which is, we're looking for y values, negative 2x plus 6. So for each of these I'm going to be using my equation negative 2x plus 6. But instead of the x, I'm going to plug in whatever x value I'm looking for. So for this first one, I'm looking for an x value of 0. So when I plug into my calculator negative 2 times 0 plus 6, I get 6. And I'm going to keep doing this for each of my x values using the same equation. Negative 2 times my x value plus 6. So for an x value of 1, I would get 4. And I'll keep doing this all the way down for an x value of 2. I plug this in, I get 2. For an x value of 3, I get 0. And for an x value of 4, I get negative 2. So using my equation, I plugged in all different x values into the same equation, and I got out my y values. Now, this table is now what I'm going to use to create my graph. This table includes x and y values. So this tells me ordered pairs that I'm graphing. So I'm going to go to the next slide here. I have the same table we had before. I just rewrote it on here. So this tells me that when x is 0, y is 6. So for that point, I'm going to go when x is 0, y is 6, and I'll put my point down here. And then when x is 1, y is 4. So I'll go to when x is 1, y is 4, and I'll put my point down. And I'm going to do this for my whole table. When x is 2, y is 2. When x is 3, y is 0. And when x is 4, y is negative 2. So now I have a bunch of points here. And now I need to create my line. And this is something we sometimes forget to do, but it's really important. This equation that we just used to create our table, it represents a line on a graph. So I need to connect my points with a line, and I need to have arrows on the ends so that I know that that line goes on forever in either direction.